Sometimes it's a struggle to get things done when we have so many things in our lives that are calling for our attention. So, today I want to share 3 ways that I like to stay focused so that I can get things done quickly and efficiently.
Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renae Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast.
There are times when we know exactly what we need to do, but it's hard to stay focused and get those things done in a timely manner. And sometimes we just need some little tips and tricks to keep us focused so that we can actually be productive. And if you have been around this podcast for a while, you have probably heard me share all of these things, whether I have shared them all at one time or sporadically throughout different episodes. But sometimes even if we have heard it multiple times, we just need that little reminder to pull it back into our life. Even if we've tried it before, maybe it worked great and then we've forgotten about it, or we've just gotten out of the habit of using these little tips and tricks. So I wanted to bring them back, share them again, just in case you're in that mode where you need a little boost of encouragement to be able to stay focused and get those things done that you're wanting to get done. So there are 3 ways that I really like break it down and try and get things done in a more efficient manner. And number 1, you need to start with a plan. You need to know what you're trying to accomplish and prioritize them. And not only prioritize them by the order of most importance, but you also need to know the best order of attack, because if you are trying to get a list of things done, not only do you want to know, like, if I can only get to, 2 or 3 of these on my list, which ones are the most important to me, and then when you get those to the top of your list, you also want to understand how you need to accomplish it. So basically, if you're looking at a list of things to do, one thing might be a single task, like change the furnace filter. Like, okay, that is one thing that you need to go and do. But if your other task is to, clean the house, because that's going to be on a lot of people's list, if they don't have it broken down, you're just going to be really scattered and disorganized. So you really want to understand, like, how am I doing this? Am I going to tackle my daily 7 first, get everything reset, and then go into each room and do a deep clean in each room? Am I tackling one specific thing where I just want to, go through the house and I want to dust everything first? And that's what I'm going to focus on first, is dusting every room. I'm not going to dust and then clean up and then vacuum and do everything in one room and then move on to the next room and repeat the same steps. Like, what works best for your brain? Your routine or your method to go through your house and clean it the most efficiently might be different from what somebody else is going to do that works best for their brain. For me, I prefer to reset my house first. So I like completing the daily 7 because it gets me at a good starting point and I don't get overwhelmed, and it doesn't get, like, when you're cleaning and it actually gets messier during the process. I find that if I do the daily 7 first, it helps reset everything. So then when I go in to do a deeper clean in a room, then I don't feel like it's getting messier as I'm cleaning. So that helps me, and I have learned that by testing different methods out to see what works best for me. If it's for you, if it's like I need one task and I need to go through the whole house and do that first, then I need to do the next thing and I need to go through the house and do that next. Like, if that works for you, great. But if you're also like, I just need to focus on one room at a time and move my way through, that might also be the best method. Or, like I said, reset with a daily 7 and then tackle, each thing beyond. So you really need to know your plan. You need to know what you're trying to accomplish, prioritize them by the order of most importance and the best order of attack, which works for your brain. And like I said, you might need to test some things out to be able to understand what does work best for you. And then number 2 is to remove distractions. Now, this could be anything. It could be, you know, taking your kids outside and having them go outside and play, if they're old enough and you have a safe area. Obviously, you have to choose how to do this for your family. But it could be, a podcast and like shut off the podcast. It could be turning off those audiobooks. It could even be turning off your music. It depends on what is actually a distraction and what is a motivation for you. I have always thought that, turning on music or a podcast or an audiobook is good for me to really focus and get in there and do some things. But I have also realized that in some cases it is, and in other cases, it actually becomes a distraction for me. So I have to choose, what am I feeling that day? How am I feeling? If I'm feeling overwhelmed at all, I need to just shut everything off because I need more silence and I need to be able to focus and think about what I'm doing. But if it's a normal day and I'm having a good day and I'm just going through and tackling my stuff, I can be listening to an audiobook or a podcast. And I don't typically listen to music, but sometimes we'll throw music on. I used to listen to music all the time when I was younger. And it's like if that is on and it's motivating me and I'm really tackling things and getting things done, then it's not a distraction. It's being used more as a motivator. So you have to understand what is a distraction for you and what is motivating for you? And also, does it change? You have to ask yourself, are there times when something that is usually motivating for me is becoming a distraction? And if it is, then it's not a bad thing. It's just helping you to understand yourself better and understand what you need in certain times. So just because it always works so far, it doesn't mean it will always work moving forward. And if it starts to feel like you're just not as productive and you're getting a little bit more frazzled feeling when you're trying to get things done, but you have the music blasting and it's not helping, try something else. Try shutting it off. Try doing a calmer music. Try switching something and focusing it a little bit differently and see how it helps you. So you need to know what's distractions so that you can remove those so that you can focus better. And then number 3 is to set a timer. And this one, even if you don't think that you need a timer, it does help. And it doesn't have to be a super long timer. I'm not saying, set the timer for 2 hours and then go tackle your house. I'm saying set short, like little timers to keep you really focused on a specific task. So when you are going through and you are wanting to dust your house, instead of getting distracted and moving through your house and then picking up other things on the way through. Like if you're like, I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to dust my entire house as quickly as I can, set your timer for 10 minutes and then go do that thing. So it keeps you really focused to try and beat the clock. Or if you are going to, clean out your closet and you don't want to be there all day, then go and open up your closet, set a timer for 20 minutes, and you've got 20 minutes to do the best possible job you can and try and beat your timer. So there are like studies that show that setting a timer does actually help. It helps to create that artificial urgency so that you feel like you have like that short span of time to get something done. It helps reduce the procrastination. If you're like, I just need to get this done, but I'm not feeling motivated, instead of continuing to procrastinate, as soon as you set that timer, it's like your body just tells you to just go and you immediately try to challenge yourself to beat the clock. And then it also encourages that single tasking. So it's helping you to focus on one thing at a time rather than getting pulled into all different directions. And by doing this, it's hacking your brain into being more productive. So it's a really cool concept that we can use to help us to be more efficient and to get things done and help us stay more focused. So, I hope that going through these things kind of gives you a boost of encouragement to try some different little hacks to help you to stay focused and get those things done so that you can move on with your day and enjoy more parts of your day rather than using a good chunk of your day to get things done and get those tasks done. We want to open up as much time in your day as you can to just enjoy life more, enjoy time with your family, with your friends, to you have some personal time, like all those things, like we want to open up your time as much as possible. And by really focusing on what we need to get done and getting it done in a shorter chunk of time, we are opening up more time for you. And that is what is so amazing because it feels so good. So, a quick recap of those three things that I like to do to stay focused and get things done is number one, you need to start with a plan. You need to know what you're trying to accomplish, how you want to prioritize them by order of most importance, and your best order of attack. Number two, you want to remove distractions. You need to understand what is motivating and what is distracting and start to edit how you're doing things based on how you're feeling that day. And then number three is to set a timer. You need just a little timer to help you to focus on that artificial urgency, reduce your procrastination, hack your brain into higher productivity, and to get things done more efficiently and to feel better about it. So I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you will join me on the next episode.
Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.